Hey everybody, Bill from BC Ultimate RC. Just wanted to start out by saying we're going to be doing an upgrade on this rally car. But as soon as I get to 100 subs, I'm going to be doing a huge giveaway. And we're going to have a giveaway probably about once a week on parts and stuff like that. I'll listen to you guys. You tell me what you want. And we'll see if we can't make it happen. I want to try to get this channel going, so whatever we need to do to get it going is what we're going to do. I'm actually going to be doing a couple builds, and I'm going to be giving away the entire vehicle. So guys, help me out, and put you in the running. I got the Deegan rally car here again today, doing some work to it, some upgrades, just like I promised everybody. This car is not going to be the same when I'm finished with it this morning. To show you what we got going on here, we're going to do the camber links, part number 3643 and 3644, the adjustable steel camber links from Traxxas. I'm doing the blower motor, the blower fan for the motor from Castle. We've got a set of Proline shocks going on, RPM arms. We have the axle carriers for the rear. And then of course we have this part number 1952. Then we're going to 6832Rs, the caster blocks for the front. And I had these blue, that's all I had for the steering blocks. This is part number 6837X. Putting those on. We got a set of MIP axles. We're changing the pinion gear out to a 15 tooth. And then of course the 5119 bearings and 5116 bearings. We got a wheelie bar going on possibly, and changing out the servo to a 2075 from the 2015 to be a little bit stronger of a servo. So I'm not going to videotape all this. There's a 10 million videos on about this, but we'll video parts of it, and then we'll do a run later on to show you performance on this thing. First thing first, we'll get the wheels and tires all the way around. Next we'll get these axles and all the shafts off, shocks, all that good stuff off of this thing, and get it stripped down so we can start putting it back together. So I'm going to try to go over one of these MIP axles with you guys. They're really not that hard to put together, but the directions, the first time I did it, I was pretty confused. Anyway, we're going to give this a shot here. So you take the barrel and put it inside of here and line it up in that groove. You're going to take the end with the open spline end on it, hold it in place, and put a pin through. Other end is the same way. You have the axle that comes through the hub. So same thing, you have one of these small barrels. You put it in with the hole lined up with the groove at the top. And then you grab the piece with the male spline on it. Line it up. Same thing as before. Put your pin through. You find out which side is threaded. So this side's threaded. You line up your flat spot on your pin with that, and then you pick up a flat set screw, a grub screw, whatever you want to call it. Same thing, thread locker. You want to make sure you put a good amount of thread locker on, because these axles take quite a bit of abuse and they will come apart. And when they do, they tear up just about everything on your truck. I've had them come apart a couple times. There, you tighten it down. So basically what you have there now is you have one axle complete. All you have to do is just look at the directions for the spacers where they go at. They only go in the rear. And then to connect this to your output shaft on your differential on your rear, you have a set screw, one on each side that goes in. You need to thread lock those also, and then put a good application of grease in this area, which they give you in the same container. Alright, so we're starting on the front end now, and you can see basically you just take the old one off. I put the screws back in just so that I know where they go at. It kind of keeps me more organized, and you just switch everything over to the new one and then pop it on. I'm going to do the camber links on it also, as well as the MIP axles on the front to go along with everything else. So put these front axles on. It's really not hard either. So next we're going to put an aluminum drive shaft. You're going to want to take out these two screws and these two screws here, and then the drive shaft has a set screw. You're going to pull that out, and I'll get those out and then I'll show you the rest. And then you have a small set screw here holding the front drive shaft on that has to come out. Also keep in mind, when you're putting in an aluminum drive shaft, you need this connector to go on your output for your diff right up in here. This goes on, and a set screw goes through it, and then your aluminum drive shaft goes on that. And your drive shaft goes, slip it in. Slide it on here. And then you put your front end on to connect them to the drive shaft on the underside. Alright, so putting in the castle fan, I put the two wire ties on. I turned the motor a little bit to the side so you can still access your screw for tightening down your motor. So getting ready to run the wire in now to the receiver box. We're getting ready to put the wheels and tires back on. Just remember, any metal part that you're putting a screw in, make sure you thread lock everything, especially when you get into more power, 3S and stuff like that, because every screw will back out. We'll be putting thread locker on the axles coming out, even though there's a lock nut. Sometimes there's lock nuts back off, so I'm going to make sure this thread locked also. Something just ain't looking right here. Oh. Okay, so I got the updates done on the NASCAR. It come out pretty good. Put a wheelie bar on the back. I'm not sure if I need it yet or not, but it has been pulling some wheelies, so I put it on there just mainly for looks right now. Not sure if I like it or not. Anyway, under the roof here, you can see we've got the adjustable links in it. Got the hubs, of course, the Proline shocks. We have on castle fan mounted in. Here's a grenade. I'll put that on my vehicles. Yeah, so I think it's going to come out pretty good. Suspension feels like it's a lot better. I think the only thing I want to do is I want to add a sway bar to this thing. I'm probably going to put a set of sway bars on before it's over. But overall, I think this amount of upgrades is probably going to help it out with the MIP axles and all that good stuff. So we're going to see how it works. I'm going to shoot a video later on just showing you guys how this thing runs, and we'll go from there. Thank you for watching. And I'll give a shout out to my buddy Chuds at RC Zoo. You guys got to check him out. His videos are really sick. He's a good guy. He got me started in this hobby, and he's the reason why I do all this stuff that I'm doing now, and he's even helped me get my YouTube channel up and running. So I want to thank you, Chuds, man. Appreciate it.